I don't have a backup plan or like some net or something to catch me when things don't go as planned. Well, good morning. This is me, day after emergency room and eye specialist adventures. We are going to get some rest days in, I believe, and I am just stirring, you know it, my chia seed pudding in my unsweetened cashew milk, which I just went down to the grocery store in my basement to bring up some freezer meals. And this is the one I brought up. This is the one I finished over the last several days. I've just been having this every morning because it's 16 grams of fiber, over half my fiber for the day. Goal is 30, so it's my idea of a good time. So we are getting some weighted vest walking in this morning. It's raining though, a little more rain than I like. So I'm gonna go in and get my umbrella to do some gentle morning laps with us. Well, because we went and got the umbrella, the rain has calmed down now, so that's okay. Here's one of our delicious Meat Lovers breakfast bakes that we made a few weeks ago. Who knew Mom would have an emergency room level eye emergency? So our freezer meals are saving us yet again. Pretty exciting, but progressing through the day, I was looking for my old eyeglass prescription, honestly. And so I got going through some old purses, down a rabbit hole. And I found a pair of glasses, because I'm going to be in glasses here for a little bit. I found a pair of glasses that I haven't seen in a while. So I at least have those that are a slightly fresh pair for me. And gold mined some mechanical pencils that hadn't been used yet and such. These are, this is the case at least for another older pair of glasses, just because I've got to have these things on my face for a while. And you can see these are damaged, but they could be repaired. I haven't had a reason to repair them, but these are missing the nose pieces. Those are ones that were in my cabinet. And then these lost an arm here at some point in history. Lunchtime for me. I'm going to toast this nice thick piece of sourdough. I guess that got cut a little crooked, but it'll be delicious. Don't know what I'm going to put on it yet. I also have some of the egg bake. Now we have talking sourdough bread. Some of the egg bake in the microwave. So this is how my lunch situation is working out. And this is sourdough from the freezer that we made probably a week and a half or so ago now. And then the egg bake from the freezer. But yet, before I eat, I'm going to show you my little grocery store in my basement haul. So I just brought up some riced broccoli. I plan to have some more of that later today. Brought up 2 more packs of bacon. We'll get into this over the next day or two. I have 1 bag left of salmon cakes. I believe we did these maybe December or January. I also, look at this, freezer gold. I have a cabbage lasagna that we did in September. No problem. I will let it defrost in the refrigerator and we will bake that through coming up. Then kind of thinking tomorrow into the next day. This is the Meat Lovers, like the breakfast freezer meal casserole we did today, only it also has the hash browns in it, so that'll be nice and hearty. And then I have, this is delicious. This is where I think we ran out of foil, but it's the low-carb Philly cheesesteak bake. We did these in April also, so that's kind of a low-carb option, and then a hearty option with the hash browns in it. But again, the one I did this morning, I didn't do it. I just pulled it from the freezer, put it in the oven, right? That one didn't have hash browns. So this is some little grocery store in my basement food haul. Now I will sit and eat my lunch and work through with my stack of books and journals. Okay, we are in the bonnet means business. That's what one of my viewers said. When Mama has the bonnet on, the bonnet means business. So I think I'm at 14,000 steps. So we've got a bunch of good walking done this morning. I just put my steroid drop in my one eye, so I just got it closed here for a moment. Bunch of good walking done. Lots of good time outside. I've been sitting here for probably an hour or so. I have my emergency room vlog that I filmed yesterday because video production is a big part of my income and my business that I have created for over 15 years. And like a lot of entrepreneurs and self-employed people, I don't have a backup plan for when, sorry, kids are unloading dishes and it's a little loud past this room. But anyway, I don't have a backup plan or like some net or something to catch me when things don't go as planned, which is why even years ago, I was filming in the hospital when I was hospitalized with my right kidney several times. So this is just life with me, and you all have been with me through so many emergencies and hard seasons over the years, and I appreciate you immensely. So my plan for the rest of the day, I need to get up and go do my thumbnail for today's video, but you would be proud. I thought you'd want to see me sitting. You would be proud that I've been sitting here for a little bit this afternoon. Going to get today's video published, and then I'm going to come back here and sit and journal and read. I do plan this evening to get some more walking in and still hit 20,000 steps, because I can do that with gentle, slow, and steady walking. And I have a project I've been doing on my phone that I can do while I walk too. And still listening to Dr. Vonda Wright's audiobook, Unbreakable. And that has been really great as far as muscle health and strength and all of those adventures. So recovery day one, we're doing it. So I'm puttering, and this is like a would you eat this challenge. So what in the world is what's happening? What's happening? So we've got 18,000 steps in. Put my watch on to charge. I'm soaking my chicken pot. I just cleaned it out. Yes, I have 2 other freezer meals that have been meal prepped that are in the oven. They have about an hour or so left. So there was a little chicken left on the bones because we cooked 2 chickens on sweet potatoes the other night. So this is what was left on the bottom of the pot. We have a lot of chicken fat, which chicken fat is valuable. We have probably 4 or 5 sweet potatoes in here, and there's some little chicken pieces. So I don't throw this away. Hold on. Let me turn my soaking water pot off. In here, we still have other freezer meals that are cooking up, looking nice. I know I said there's an hour left. I have another timer set for that, so it's actually less than that. Anyway, just want to show you how I use every little scrap up, okay? So the chicken fat that is in here, I will use over, probably between tomorrow and the next day. The little random sweet potatoes, I will take them out of their skins, and of course the chicken pieces will be eaten too. And I do tricks like this. So yes, the other food is cooking, and I'll eat that too. That'll be options, but I'm just additionally, there were not enough leftovers for meals for everybody. So I am cleaning the chicken pot. I probably should have started with that. I'm cleaning what was left, okay? So I've got one of those bags of organic steam rice broccoli from Sharp Shopper. And then the last chunks of chicken, I could peel off the chicken carcasses, and I have the inside of about 1 sweet potato and some chicken fat that has liquefied on down. And I'm going to mix some riced broccoli in this. And this is what I'm eating for dinner. I'm going to cover my mystery bowl here, and we'll make basically some sweet potato bowls out of this tomorrow too. Lots of folks ask me what I eat, what I've eaten to lose 70 pounds, what I eat to maintain my weight loss, and all of that. So that's why I'm showing you my messy bottom of the chicken bowl scraps that are left. It's a lot of protein, it's a lot of sweet potatoes, it's a lot of whatever other vegetables I can throw together. And I'm gonna eat this while I get probably another 2,000 steps in. It's only 5:30 now, so I will be in bed by 7, and I will be laying down flat, journaling and reading and doing story time later. And I probably won't get back out of bed until 7. We got talk in hand here today. Even if I won't be sleeping that whole 12 hours, but I will be resting this body. So here's how things are looking, and now I'm going to stir it up. There we go. Gonna throw some red mint salt in there and get back out walking a little bit. So the salmon patties are done, and the cabbage lasagna I'm gonna put back in probably for like 7 to 10 minutes, just for that top. And again, we have riced broccoli and other veggies that will go with this. And these are just some dinner options tonight, and also cooking things through for options for tomorrow. And I got the weighted vest back on. It's only an 8-pound weighted vest. I think I've been wearing this for about a year now, and I feel like it's just perfect for me. Anything more, when I've tried the 10 to 20-pound ones, it's just too much for my neck and shoulders. But for a gentle with my neck and shoulders kind of girl, this seems to be the perfect amount of weight for me. And we have definitely had some rain this evening. And here's our little evening filling in the gaps Walmart grocery delivery order. Those 60-count eggs are now $7.14 each, okay? We were out of eggs. Of course, we have a lot of egg things prepped, but we still need eggs for things. Got some popsicles. I'll just do the haul right here. Got 2 more things of sugar-free almond milk. Some Egg Life wraps are in there. What is that? Oh, napkins. So we're totally out of paper plates, which is a staple, and napkins. Got some bananas. Got 90% dark chocolate Lindt bar. One in that bag right there is my sugar-free crunchy almond butter. And I haven't done this in a while, but got some more mashed avocado and mini cucumbers. And yeah, that's it. That's Walmart coming to the house. Of course, I thought I was doing a big grocery haul earlier this week, or at least going to Costco and John Henry, but Walmart grocery delivery, filling in the gaps. Well, my gardens are a mess, but my irises are blooming. That's a bright spot. Okay, I did not really make any dents on my reading stack or my getting my journals caught up today, but we did a pretty okay day. Tomorrow morning, I go back to the eye specialist early, and we'll see what tomorrow holds. Good morning, prepping to get out the door to go back to the eye specialist today. Also realized some of the food I have prepped in the fridge I can't really eat right now. That's because like the cabbage lasagna has a good bit of dairy in it. With this active inflammation, I really need to make sure I am dairy-free and gluten-free, because when I lowered my HSCRP from 5.7 down below 0.5 and reversed my prediabetes and all that good metabolic health stuff, I was very on top of making sure I was gluten-free and dairy-free, because my doctor told me that can really affect inflammation, and he wanted me to test it in my body, and it went pretty well. So the egg bake I made yesterday, of course, had cheese in it and cottage cheese, and it's all gone. Everybody ate it. I guess we got talking braids this morning, right? And then I don't have time to put another one in the oven before we have to go. And then that cabbage lasagna, because I'll eat dinner stuff for breakfast, it's fine, but that has lots of dairy in it. So quickly this morning, I am doing 2 Egg Life wraps with my sugar-free crunchy almond butter, which is life. I'm going to slice a banana, because in that Walmart order yesterday, we got some bananas. They're not perfectly ripe, but that's okay. And so this will be gluten-free and dairy-free. And I'm also, hey, protein, going to take 2 salmon cakes from last night, because those were also dairy-free, because these have these have good nutrition in them, not a ton of protein. And I try to get 30 to 40 grams per meal. Again, foods that don't go together, but foods that nourish me. So I did my braids the other day while waiting for some household stuff to come together for me to leave for the emergency room. And today I'm going to do my braids I'm not driving though. Yay, I'm gonna do my braids while we're driving into the city for the appointment. And one of my viewers in my last video said, oh, your one braid looks good. Your other braid looks like my granddaughter did it, which was precious. Yeah, it was pretty cute. I don't know what kind of braids we're gonna get today, but I don't have any pain, so that's amazing. Okay, going down the road and still getting nutrition in some form. So all that being said, I have no pain today in my eye that has all this inflammation. So that is a mercy. I even found a pair of fresh glasses from maybe, I don't know, 6 years ago. All of my glasses are old. I see out of them fine. I know all the things people get concerned about, but I need to wear glasses now for a while. So we are at the eye specialist. I'm going to go in so we can check out my eye. I am doing my steroid drops every hour, and I'm dealing with a lot. And this is not the week that I had planned. I had a big grocery shopping production I was filming, and I was filming 2 big meal prep videos, and it's also the last week of my big batch freezer meals and meal prep vault. So now I am vlogging my situation with dealing with inflammation and working on, well, I had to work on figuring out what was going on. Now I have to work on recovery and healing. We're waiting now, and I left my water bottle here the other day and they saved it for me. I'm so glad because this has been my new favorite. Okay, so we're back from the eye specialist, and I thought before I go into the house where it's noisy, I'll give you all an update. So my eye pressures were excellent. Things are looking good. I forgot what he said. I forgot what he said they looked at that looked good. I know it's inflammation of the muscle, but whatever he was looking at is looking much improved. I have no pain, and that's what dropping a steroid directly into my eyeball every hour that I'm not sleeping, every basically the 12 to 16 hours a day I'm up doing life and things. I do the drop every hour. I don't have to do it while I sleep. So the plan now is that I can slowly taper off of it. It's actually a quicker taper than I thought, which is great with me. I'm going to do 2 days of doing the drop every 2 hours. And then after the taper, the next 2 days, there's another, I have it written down on another sheet of paper, another level of tapering, and then there's 2 more days of tapering, and I go back later next week, and then they will hopefully from there, he said, obviously don't, when he says discontinue, he said to hold on to all my prescriptions from this event, but he hopes at that time that I pass the testing next week and I can have a break from this. He did say, and so many of you have shared with me, this particular posterior uveitis situation, I have read, and many of you have shared in the comments of my last video, that you've had this. Many of you have shared you've struggled with it for years or multiple times, and I've had many women share with me this eye condition is how they found out about their autoimmune disease. But his plan with me is, and this is the plan we like, right? You know, we don't want this to be the first thing from an autoimmune disease. We don't want it to be an autoimmune disease. So right now he is just treating this, and I'm just looking at this as like super weird and random, and we never want it to happen again. He said, of course, if it does, then he's going to order a bunch of blood work and we will explore all those options. Now, my primary care doctor is out of town this week. I've also been keeping him up to date, and because I am a lab work lady, I have learned so much from my lab work, and I let this eye specialist know, you know, my HSCRP summer 2024 after losing 60 pounds was still 5.7, and I reversed pre-diabetes. And as far as my movement, I checked in with him. Like this specialist, I've only seen him twice now, but I let him know my history with my labs. I let him know about my weight loss and all the things I've done to support my body. And I've also let him know about my major traumatic ongoing life crisis that I'm still not out of. Just so he's aware, like if there is another time where this inflammation flares in this eye, it's probably directly related to something that I'm handling. Like, I had a big thing I had to handle this Monday, and Monday night is when the pain started. Tuesday morning, this is when I was in the emergency room, and this is inflammation. So I just get very curious about things that are connected in knowing how to support my body. Before I had the big thing on Monday, which had been on my calendar, I rested a lot this weekend. I watched a lot of movies. Again, in March, I felt like my body was telling me, pause the running, which is a big deal. But I listened to that in my intuition. I have still continued my steady walking and my little bathroom workout routine that I've shared with you all about, like my little push-ups and my plank and my kettlebell. And those have been my base. And I know that that's okay for my body because I feel good and I enjoy it. And I need to have things in my life that make me feel good and that I enjoy. So I checked in with the specialist today too about my movement. He totally agrees that I absolutely need to not cut back on my walking, which was a great thing to hear. And I told him, I said, now I'm going to have some people who will be concerned about me because, and that's some of you all, and I love you all so much, but it's okay. It makes sense to be concerned and check in about this. But I said, even yesterday, on my rest and recovery day, over the course of a day in different time blocks, I got in 21,000 steps of gentle movement in the sunshine. And he said, absolutely do not stop that. He said, you need that. It has worked well in your body. Movement is medicine. Movement helps lower inflammation. Don't stop. So I am clear from him to continue to get in my steady movement. Obviously, I'm not doing my 50K mashed potato station adventure weekend for Mother's Day that I thought. And honestly, I have 2 5Ks I was hopeful I'd be able to get back to now that are local later in May. I have running off for the rest of May and June. But I will, with my primary care doctor, we will go ahead and do all the lab work, just because I need to check in on my inflammatory markers and everything else. And I love reality. So many trauma survivors, we work so long, we can work years trying to make sure we know what's real. And so I need to check in with my body. It's probably been 7 or 8 months since I've had lab work done. I've also shared with him I reversed prediabetes, and I've given my body all the support I can through my movement and through my nutrition and through, I know rest. I know so many of you think I don't rest, but I do. I lay down most nights by 8 p.m. and I sleep with no alarm. It doesn't mean I'm asleep by 8, but I'm off my feet at 8, and I may not get out of bed till 7 or 8 the next morning. And I get 8 to 9 hours of sleep most nights. So I do all the things I can to support my body. I get sunshine in the morning. I get my gentle walking in on my feet. And honestly, because of another major life situation I haven't updated you all on yet, but some big news I got middle of March that totally changes the trajectory. So I haven't finished my coffee yet. It's here and I'm hopeful, but changes how I thought my 2026 would be. I made the decision mid-March to pause my running. Running is one of the lanes of my movement, but my base for my movement is gentle walking. Gentle walking has saved me, and running has been the cherry on top. So I made the decision in March to pause my running. So I had to take my jacket off. It's getting hot in here, but the lighting's kind, and again, it's quiet. Everyone's doing their thing. So this is my time to chat with you for a few minutes here. So I'm clear for my continued walking movement. Again, my body already told me my nervous system needs a rest from the running, because walking helps you with processing. It helps lower cortisol, helps lower inflammation. So many great benefits with walking. I know that running can increase stress, and I have learned this winter, I learned from Dr. Stacy Sims, both of her book called Roar and her book called Next Level, which is for perimenopausal and postmenopausal female athletes. I learned about being more intentional with fueling my longer workouts and runs before and after with healthy whole food carbs. And I know, I'm going through all the comments of my emergency room video. I know some of the concerns, some viewers have been saying that my face looks swollen, and I mean, it probably does. My body's obviously doing something. It's doing a lot. And again, I'm doing what I can to care for myself, but I'm also not in full control of this inflammatory response. I'm definitely, as I was sharing with you this morning as I was pulling my little breakfast together, I'm going to go back to pulling the gluten out and the dairy out, because that's one of the things my primary care physician told me to do. And I did in fall 2024 when I still had all that inflammation after losing all the weight and such. So, and I'm mostly dairy free, and I'm mostly gluten free, but like I've had regular sourdough lately. I've had some regular yogurt lately. I just need to pull that out because that's inflammatory for some people. And so I'm going to focus on the gentle movement every day. A big thing I've learned is, and through this whole journey that I've shared with you all, the few small things I can control. There's a lot of things in my life I can't control, but I can control myself. And even if there's other decisions made and I have to deal with the consequence of those decisions and those kind of life dynamics many women face, I'm still in charge of me. I'm the only person that I can control, and I can make good choices about my nutrition. I can make good choices to gently move my body, to listen to the birds, to get sunshine on my feet. Yeah, what I was thinking was walking barefoot. Get sunshine on my body, walk on the bare ground when I can. And so these are the basic principles that have been helping me make it through for almost 3 years now. We're almost to the 1,000-day mark. May 20th, I will have made it 1,000 days. And I'm proud of me. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of my brain and my body. We've made it this far, and I hope that this inflammatory reaction in my body, most likely due to the chronic stress going on, this is a lot for my body. Even things I dealt with on Monday, I knew I was okay, but it may just be my body catching up. And this has all been a lot, and I'm just one human. And so many of the comments from my emergency room video are supportive, and again, I appreciate it so much. There is one comment that I received maybe 3 or 4 times, and I went ahead and answered this particular comment, just the overall spirit of it. Overall, this morning, just for all women who are in hard situations doing the best they can, and when they are not supported by other women, it can be pretty disheartening. But the comment that came in says, "I'm more concerned that you pose for a thumbnail in a hospital waiting room. Surely if things were that bad, a camera would be nowhere in sight. This leaves such a bad taste in my mouth. There is nothing an influencer wouldn't do for clicks and money. It's disgusting." So my thought is, hey, let's discuss. And here's my reply. I've been very open for over 15 years that what started as a hobby, blogging, eventually became my full-time career. And since 2013, my online work has fully supported my family and also helped support the families of several people who work with me. And adding in here to say, I started blogging as a hobby 2009, 2010-ish. So I've been online for fun a very long time. I was in my early 30s and I'm pushing 50 now. And by 2013, I got an idea for a second blog that I fully monetized, and that became a full online business that I'm referencing here. And this was years before I even started messing around on YouTube. I do not believe women should be expected to work, create, educate, encourage, and entertain for free. This is my profession, and I work hard at it every single week and honestly every single day. In fact, part of my work now is teaching other women how to build online businesses too. I even offer a free YouTube masterclass at largefamilytable.com/YouTube for women who want to learn how to use YouTube as a foundation for online income and business building. I also shared openly in this video, and again, this is referencing my emergency room video from earlier this week, that my planned work week was interrupted by an unexpected medical situation. The reality for many women, especially women carrying large responsibilities largely alone, and I will add, I carry all of my large responsibilities 100% alone, is that emergencies do not magically pause bills, obligations, or financial pressure. The thumbnail photo was taken while I sat waiting for hours in the emergency room instead of filming the grocery production I had originally planned for that day. That is simply real life for me right now. And yeah, I had a 2 to 3 hour wait to be seen in the emergency room. Now, thankfully, once they saw me, they quickly assessed I needed to get to an eye specialist. And in my area, the only way to get into an eye specialist the same day is to go directly through the emergency room. And that worked out well for me. I was able to get the support that I needed. I'm not ashamed of documenting my life honestly, including hard days. Over the years, I've heard from thousands of women who have felt less alone, more encouraged, and more hopeful because I chose to share both the good and the difficult parts of life. And yes, I will continue sharing recovery, rest, gentle walks, anti-inflammatory meals, books I'm reading, and whatever else helps me continue moving forward through the hard things because I know many other women are trying to do the same. So, my work is important. I have shared the good and the bad and the hard and the struggles and the joys for such a long time on this main channel. So if my eye gets inflamed and I'm not able to do the food production that I had planned this week, I will share how I'm navigating this experience, and thank you for the hundreds of comments from women who you've encouraged me with your stories of how you navigate working through inflammation, and also from those who I've heard who've taken encouragement and help and inspiration and hope from what I have to share over here. Okay, so I'm trying to figure out my next anti-inflammatory meal. So I have avocado mayonnaise, I have tuna, I'm going to make some tuna salad, I have the egg life wraps, and I'm going to do some rice broccoli, and I'll probably put some bacon grease as my fat on that because that's delicious. This, just while I was gone, one of my folks is making these gluten-free lemon bars. I will not be having that just because of the sugar, but that looks delicious. Can't wait to see that come out of the oven too. Of course, we've got me doing questionable things with food, but I have my tuna drained it pretty well. I mean, I drained it over another cup. What was left of that avocado I almost said mayonnaise, salt and pepper. I'm gonna do 2 egg life wraps. These are gluten-free, dairy-free, low carb. It says protein pack. I didn't actually look at how much protein. Oh, nice. Okay, 11 grams of protein. Thank you. Eggs being the base, right? Not a lot of ingredients, and you saw one of my favorite things this morning, to put them with some sugar-free almond butter and a banana. And then, whoops, I have my bag of organic rice broccoli. I'm going to put eyeball, haha. Oh, eyeballing school, and now we got an eyeball situation. The puns will just be plentiful, right? I will put some bacon grease in there. Look at that. I got like two full jars of it. And I have loved all kinds of animal fats. They have helped me in my anti-inflammatory journey. And Dr. Ben Bigman, I got a lot from him on that. And I learned about him through Coach Mama Fox. You know, I always sing her praises. And she's got a lot of good midlife women, anti-inflammatory tips and tricks and hacks. So I'm just gonna make sure I'm dialing all of life in. So these are gonna be a big drippy mess. I'll eat them over the plate and they will be delicious. Now, I'm gonna stab my broccoli with a fork. Stab your broccoli bag like so. Probably not good for inflammation of microwaving them in the bag. It says on the bag to microwave them in the bag, but you know, a lot of things are said, right? But also, I do the best I can with what I have, and I know you do the best you can with what you have. So I'm just gonna do bacon grease and a little Redmond salt and pepper in my rice broccoli too. And this is, I haven't looked at my macros yet, but this is probably a really good protein and good healthy fat and low carb lunch. So that's good. Good. We like things good. So I'm gonna pack my other things away and go out for my first walk of the day with this. I just came in because I got a phone call coming up, but we did almost a mile and a half, slow, gentle, over an hour, had up to 3 elementary kids with me at any given time. So now I'm gonna do my phone call and be off my feet a little bit. So we were just saying it looks like Pac-Man, but these will be cut in pie triangles, and he didn't have the powdered sugar pack, but you found some. We'll just sprinkle some on there, and the picture on the box had some powdered sugar. That'll be fun for you guys to sprinkle on there. Yay. We got another one going out. Well, while they're enjoying that, I'm gonna take out the last of this crunchy no stir almond butter. Several of you have asked me for the brand. So I get this at my local small town Walmart. No sugar or salt added. And I did do a sprinkle of those Lily's chocolate chips in there. These are kind of the least of my worries right now with all I'm juggling. And that'll be my little afternoon treat. Someone just shut the door. Anyway, I don't know how many steps we have, maybe 7,200. Afternoon rest time. Yay. Good morning. I have 2 different breakfast casseroles here. We are going to get cooking in the oven this morning while I walk in the sunshine some. This is a low-carb Philly cheesesteak bake, and then this is the Meat Lovers breakfast bake that we did the other day, only this one also has hash browns in it. So this will be delicious for everybody else. This is not something I'm going to be able to eat because there's a lot of cheese and cottage cheese in both, and pulling out everything I can that could be contributing to the inflammation in my body, but no pain this morning. That's good. Okay, so the Philly cheesesteak bake is in here and delicious. It smells so good. And then for the Meat Lovers with the hash browns, I pulled the foil off the top. That's a deep dish. And so I'm going back outside to walk some. One of my young adults here is going to set a timer for like 10 more minutes and then pull that out. So yay, big batch breakfast. Okay, I've been in and out this morning. Don't know how many steps I have gotten in. Big goal for today is going to be to get a shower and get my hair blow dried, which is an undertaking, but I can accomplish that. I'm also going to work on my YouTuber Extraordinaire course updates because I want to get that ready to relaunch here soon. And just things I can do while resting with my feet up in between gently walking. And I have a request to start listening to Where the Red Fern Grows again, so that's going to be our first priority. And we're back out. Hey, look, I meal prepped. This is the rest of that tuna salad I made yesterday. This is the hard part of accommodating restrictive dietary needs. Really, out of everything I have available inside, I can cook myself bacon and eggs, but I have kids I'm doing things with, and I'm trying to walk right now. Anyway, I'm going to eat this, and maybe for lunch I'll stand and cook bacon and eggs. And we have the cucumbers, we have the avocados, but this is where meal prep is super important for me in these situations. And there's not a lot of choices, which you would think would be easier, but it takes extra time to get things ready to do it for myself. So anyway, we'll get back into those habits. Okay, upcoming life goal is a shower, but gluten-free meal prep too. Gonna do some more with my egg life wraps here. Alrighty, not the right camera angle, but we are doing it. My eggs are rolling away. I'm gonna find some pans here. Well, you know what? just do all of this in a big cast iron, even though I'm just doing a little anti-inflammatory meal prep for myself. Just going to do some bacon and some eggs and some riced broccoli. And this bacon will do the trick because, hey, we will have bacon grease to work with. Our bacon understood the assignment. I will say, I definitely understand with bad health news or negative health news, just how overwhelming it feels. I remember this feeling summer 2024 when I got those really negative, scary labs back. High heart attack and stroke risk with all the inflammation I had in my body at that time. Kind of feel like I don't have the data yet of my current numbers, but I need to do what I can to support my body. And even that can actually cause more stress. So it can kind of feel like darned if you do and darned if you don't. But as we do, we are making the best of it. I think my bacon here is good. I'm just gonna push that over. I want to get my riced broccoli covered in all this bacon grease. Plop those on there. Rice broccoli is going to make friends with every part of this meal, so that doesn't bother me. Okay. I didn't think this through. Should have put my rice broccoli down first. That's okay. I just like seeing the eggs on top. Also, bacon we got at Sharp Shopper. There we go. Okay, nice. Actually cooking for myself for a minute, right? So we've been making it through these recovery days. I will say I am very tired this afternoon. I probably have 6,000 steps in. I walked in the sunshine with my 3 elementary guys. We started Where the Red Fern Grows again this morning, and I've sat quite a bit and worked on some laptop work with my feet up, got the shower done, hair, have not used the blow dryer yet. That'll be the next adventure. So in these times, I just have to take it hour by hour, day by day. So my next goal is blow dry my hair, and then I'm laying down flat on the couch. And this is why having a stocked freezer is so incredibly important. And in my life, it has come in handy time and time again. I've had several extreme situations in my life where a stocked freezer has saved the day. And then just regular old life. It's busy, it's running, life and stuff and things. and having food ready to go is a lifesaver. And that's why at the point when this video comes out, I think there's about 48 hours left in the Big Batch Freezer Meals and Meal Prep Vault. That's over 90% off at largefamilytable.com/vault. Also, for a limited time, use special coupon code JAMFAM to take an additional $50 off. And this expires May 11th at 11:59 p.m. Eastern Time. I realized, because originally I was going to have it end on May 10th, and I realized that's Mother's Day, so that's no fun. So I'm giving it one extra day. And if you're interested in more details of exactly everything that's in the vault, head to largefamilytable.com/vault. You can read all the details. There's 2 full courses included and over 1,500 5-star reviews. So thank you for being with me on these recovery days. And yes, one of the many things that I am not ashamed of to make an income around here that provides for my entire household, plus several families who are represented that work with me, is as an online entrepreneur for almost 15 years now. I know I say over it for well over a decade all the time, but I was thinking about it the other day. I have to do it by the ages of my children. And I started hobby blogging 2009, 2010-ish, maybe even 2008. But consistently as a hobby, 2009, 2010. And then it was 2013 where my hobby experience led me into starting a second blog that I quickly made into my first full-time income stream for my family. And that was 2013. And the baby that I wasn't even pregnant with yet at that time is going to be 14. So I've been working hard to provide for my family, making a full-time income for over 13 years. And I've been on the internet, look, I'm like, am I ever gonna eat this? I will, we'll get there, right? I've been on the internet encouraging moms and providing helps and resources for over 15 years. And so I appreciate you watching my videos, sharing my videos with your friends, grabbing the resources and helps that I've created when I have them marked down and I cheerlead sales. All of this helps support my online work and efforts. And I appreciate you. Thanks for being with me. Okay, and then I just went downstairs and was going through what we have, like dinner, freezer, meal-wise, and such. And let's see, we've got one 10 by 15 meatloaf left. We have some frozen chickens. Breakfast, we are good. You know, we still have breakfast freezer meal sandwiches. I mean, they're rolling through those, but we got them. We have a couple more breakfast bakes. This is the systems I have developed. I always try to just stay ahead of this. So when I was looking through the freezer, I thought, okay, we brought up 2 bags of the square beef ravioli from Sharp Shopper, and then these are some cheese-filled ravioli, and we have a variety of, we got a couple things of Prego. This is also from Sharp Shopper. And then we have these organic crushed tomatoes. I'm out of the organic tomato sauce we got marked down at Sharp Shopper, and we've used all of our home canned tomato sauce. But I was just telling one of my people, I was like, hey, you could dump all this ravioli variation in one of our big bowls, put what Prego we have, and this Prego might be enough. I didn't realize we had 3 more, and I just had a teen bring up those 2 cans. And then even just going through what we had in the pantry that needs used up, we even have some pizza sauce. So they are doing this. I'm gonna go lay on the couch and actually finish my afternoon lunch, but this meal prep is going down. Dumping it all in a Mega Mama mixing bowl, putting some shredded cheese with it. This is probably going to make, like, I'm eyeballing here, no pun intended, but it's all the puns. I'd probably 6 9 by 13s, and they will probably bake 2 to 3 of those tonight, maybe some leftovers tomorrow, and then we'll have another couple in the freezer. Just trying to stay ahead and have our freezer meals ready to go. Yay.